it's a busy place today here at Runaway. They're getting ready to load up a bunch of them, and I'm not sure where others are going. Do you know where they're going, Daniel?
I think Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, okay. So they're going all over the country, and there's new dealers, and a lot of people have gotten into camping more this crazy year that we've had, and I wanted to talk just a little bit about buying a used Runaway. I mean, here are some brand new ones, and if you can afford it, anywhere close to your budget, I would get the brand new fiberglass, hands down, absolutely, because lower weight, the maintenance is so much easier, and no wood to deal with. But you will find people, especially people that already own Runaways that have the older models, may want to move up to the fiberglass versions because of the new roof cap, the lighter weight, the new air conditioner cover, and the low profile electric outlet. And some people just want to move up from maybe the 4x8 to the 6x8 now that the weight has dropped down. And I just want to say a word or two of caution about buying a used Runaway. Most of the time you're going to be fine, but I'm going to tell you that what you need to do is when you are looking at a used Runaway, they may look pretty, and it probably is fine, nothing's wrong with it, but I have two friends that bought a Runaway where the person selling it really wasn't honest. They weren't. And they hadn't taken care of it, and they both had water damage inside, and it was kind of hidden. There was no mention of it, but when they got it back home, they found some problems. Now, on some Facebook pages, you'll hear people blame Runaway, and I'm telling you right now. I mean, I even read something the other day. Someone said they're renowned for having severe water damage problems, and I'm sorry, that person is wrong. The problem is, with a very limited number, is people that simply did not do their maintenance. And I've never really understood it. On one of the Runaway pages, now and then you get somebody who would have a fit because something they had the bearings go out on a wheel. I don't know all the terms, but they had over 10,000 miles on those hubs, and it never greased them. And sometimes you have to rebuild them or put in new ones. And they, for some reason, thought that, they buy a Runaway, and some magical reason, they don't need to do any maintenance. They have a car that they do oil changes on, and they put a new roof on their house, but for some reason, they get this idea in their head that they should never have to do anything to it. And just like any RV, you do maintenance. And what's happened with a very small number is when people don't walk around, this is the original model with the wood and aluminum, they don't walk around before the season, or they let it sit for a year and they didn't check the caulk. You have that now and then will have to be stripped off, put fresh new on there. It's cheap. It's usually one tube. Leon in the detail shop will say typically you can do it with one tube easily, and don't ask me what kind. Check with them, and they'll tell you what they would suggest. But you carefully caulk it. If you're not comfortable doing that, take it to an RV dealer, and they can do it for you so fast it's not funny. Or if you're in this area, you can pay them to do that for you as well. A real quick thing to do. But you're going to be seeing those out there. So I'd get underneath, and if they've got stuff in there, I'd be looking at those corners and make sure that there's not soft corners, because most people are honest, but not all are, and they just sort of neglect to tell people that, oh yeah, we did have a leak, and the leak was because they didn't take care of their Runaway camper. I guess I'm a little overprotective about Runaway because I love the family that makes them, but it just irritates me when people just don't use common sense, and then they want to shift the blame to somebody else when all they had to do was get one tube of caulk, clean it all off, put on fresh, and they're good. And keep it protected when they're not using it, and not just leave it, because people are known for leaving them in the back 40 of their yard uncovered, never use it, never air it out, and then they're shocked when they have water or some mold in there because they weren't airing it out and they didn't keep the caulk on there. I know I've said caulk 300 times, but that's just kind of my little heads up about buying a Runaway. It's perfectly safe. They can last for years and years and years if they're well taken care of. So, and if you have any questions about maintenance, just call the shop here, and they'll be glad to give you tips about how you should take care of it in case you're buying a used one. You want to know what you should know about. So, that's just kind of been something that's been bugging me lately. So I thought I'd say a little something about that. So, this is Charles from Indiana, and thanks for watching.